everybody, this is Book Looms. Today we will be making the Fairy Godmother from Cinderella. We are going to be making the dress extension for the Fairy Godmother. Today I will be using the Rainbow Loom white band, my Rainbow Loom hook, my Rainbow Loom, and another hook, just to hold the pieces together. And I will also be using skin tone bands. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to make piles of 5 bands. I find that it's easier for me just so I don't always have to count everything out. So I'm going to make one pile of 5 for one side and another pile of 5 for the other side. And this is for the first half of her dress extension. So now what we are going to do is we are going to be using 2 bands that are not in our piles of 5. So I'm going to take one band, wrap it around my hook 3 times, and take another band. And when we make the dress extension, we are going to be wanting to work on this side of the band. So I'm going to take one of my piles of 5 bands, and I am going to place the bands through the first loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is now 1/2 of one side of our dress extension. I know that might be hard to see. So what we are going to do is I'm going to reach my finger through, and now I'm going to flip this over. And if you could not tell, this is our original capping band that we placed, and this is the other side. So we're going to push all these bands to the side, and we're going to go into our second pile of 5 bands and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now this is 1/2 of our dress extension. And if I say wing, I'm sorry, I mean dress extension, but in my head I always think wing, not dress extension. So now what we are going to do is we are going to take a single white band and carefully slide all of these bands onto our single white band. And now this is one side of our dress extension. So now we're just going to push this to the side, and we are going to do the same exact thing. So the first thing we're going to do is get our pile of 5 bands. That just helps me. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I have my 2 bands to the side. So what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to start with my 5 bands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I am going to take these all together, put my finger through, and flip it so that the band with the cap band is in front. So now we're going to repeat. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to take another band and carefully slide all of these through. And now we're going to place this one back on, stretch it out, stretch both of these out a little bit, and now we are going to take one single white band and pull everything through. And then this is one of the dress extensions. So now we are going to make one more of these. Okay, so now we are ready to make our second dress extension. So we're going to take, I'm going to push this one down so it doesn't distract me. Okay, so we are going to take our one band, twist it around 3 times, and now take one more band, loop this through, and now we have our pile of 5 bands set up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we push it under our finger, turn it around so that our cap band is here and this band is sticking out. So now once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we are going to pull all of these through carefully. Okay, so now let's repeat. 1, 2, 3, pull through. Now we have our pile of 5 bands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach in, rotate, and now we have our cap band here, so we know that this is the right band to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we have our band to pull everything through. Awesome. Okay, So now just one more band. And here's our other wing. I'm sorry, dress extension. I don't know why I keep saying wing. So here we have our two dress extensions for our fairy godmother. And we also are going to make an extension right here. So I will show you how to do that. For this one, what I did was I did not make it as big as the other one. I basically just used one set. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Now with our 5 bands, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to take all of these, flip them around, and we have our cap band, so we know that this is the right one to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we can pull this through. You know what? I actually do think that I did make one that was as big. So let's do that. We're just going to add another set. So we have our 2 bands, I'm sorry. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Pull over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. So now we have on our other side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to have 1 band. To pull all these through. And now we're just going to pull this through, both sets through. Okay, so now we have made 2 of the Fairy Godmother's dress extensions and the extension in the front. Next, we will be making the Fairy Godmother's neck extensions. So I have already made one here, so I will make one with you. We'll make one together, and then please pause the video and make another one. So I will be using the Rainbow Loom Enchanted Glitter Bands for this. So I'm going to take one band, wrap it around 3 times, take another band, pull it through, and now I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm going to take another band and pull through. So I have already made 2, so please pause the video, rewind, and make another one. We are now going to make the Fairy Godmother's arms. In this doll, I used the Rainbow Loom Enchanted Glitter Bands as well as a white band. So what I did was I took an enchanted glitter band and a white band and I laid them both on my loom like this. However, I don't know if I have enough enchanted glitter bands left, so for this project, for the arms, I'm just going to use solid white bands. But I think it would look really pretty if you used the enchanted glitter bands or a glittery white band. But for right now, since I'm kind of running out of those and I want to use them for her body, I'm just going to use solid white for the arms. So I'm going to go down my loom. I'm actually going to do both arms at once. So I'm just taking double white bands. I'm going to go down 4 times. Then I'm going to take my skin tone bands. So I have 2 skin tone bands here, 2 skin tone bands here. Then I'm going to take a single skin tone band, wrap it around 4 times, 2, 3, 4. Again on this side 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we can loop forwards. So we're just reaching in underneath the capping band, grabbing the bottom 2 bands, and looping forwards. And now I'm going to take my holding hook and pop the arms off of the loom. And just give them a little tug. Cool. Okay. So now one more thing we are going to do is make the Fairy Godmother's hair. So you will need in total 8 little ringlets of hair. Let's just call them hair ringlets. I will make 4 with you, and then you can pause the video and make the other 4. So we're going to be using white bands, or you could use like a light gold band if you'd like. I got the Disney store doll of the Fairy Godmother, and she kind of has like whitish blondish hair. Oh, so what we are going to do is we are going to take a single band, wrap it around 3 times. We are going to take another white band, place them both, then we're going to grab it like this and make a slip knot. And then another thing you can do is, okay, so we have just made 1 little hair extension together, so let's make 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Take our single white band, pull, and make a slip knot. 1, 2, 3. Single white band, pull, one, 2, 3. And you can also use the glittery white bands. That's what I did. But right now, since I'm running out, I'm just going to use regular Rainbow Loom white. So we have 4. You know what? Let's just make the other 4 together. So now 1, 2, 3. Pull. Believe that was our 6th one. Yep, that was our 6th one. So now just 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Three. Okay, so now we have all of our little 8 hair pieces, so I'm just going to put them to the side. Okay, so now we can start laying our bands on the loom. And just to recap, what we should have made so far is her arms, her neck extensions, and the 3 dress extensions, and the hair. So as long as you have all that, we are ready to begin placing bands on the loom. Okay everybody, so we are going to start laying our bands for the Fairy Godmother's body. So we want to make sure that our loom is in the rectangular configuration. So we are using 2 bands at a time. So I'm going to place 2 here. 2 here. And now we are going to start using our white bands. So I'm going to place 2 regular white bands here, 2 regular white bands here. I am going to, let me see what I did here. Yep. 1 more pair of skin tone bands here. And then for this one, I still have a few glitter white left. So I'm going to use 1 glitter white and 1 regular white. Okay, so now once again, we are going to one glitter white, one regular white. And then let's repeat this pattern one more time. Glitter one regular. And if you do not have the glitter bands, I'm sure it will look just fine. So now let's add 2 bands going to the side here and 2 bands going to the side here. And now, I cannot remember if I went down 3 times or 4 times, but I think I'm just going to go down 3 times here, and we'll see how that looks. The thing is with me is that I have to remember to take a picture of the bands while they're on the loom before I start looping, so that when I make my tutorials for you guys, they will be exact. But sometimes I'm just so excited to see what it's going to look like that I just forget a little bit. Alright, so I am just going to leave it here with the 3, like, we're gonna go from here to here, and from here to here. Let's do that. Okay, so now let's place on our things. So we have our one arm on this side, our one arm on this side. Then we have our neck. So now, as you remember, we have our neck extensions. So I placed one on my Rainbow Loom hook, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one side off, and I'm going to place it here above the arm, and then I'm going to place the other side here on the neckband. And then to keep them in place, what I like to do is that. So now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Take this off, place it on the Rainbow Loom hook. So we are going to place one side on the arm and another side on the neck. And just kind of go like this. And here it is. Okay, as for our dress extensions, we are going to take it like this. I'll show you what I did if you don't know how I did that. I had it on my loom like this, right? Had it on my loom like this. So I'm just going to take it off. I'm going to place one side at the bottom here, and now one side all the way up here, and just kind of stretch it out so it looks like the dress extension. And then the same on this side. One here, stretch it out. Okay, So now we have to place our capping bands. So I'm going to take one band, twist it around once on my hook, and I'm going to place it from here to here. Take one, twist around, place from here to here, and now the rest is going to be double bands. So we're just going to go across. You know what? Okay, so just one more thing to do before we start looping is we're going to take a single white and wrap it around this peg 3 times. So now let's start looping our fairy godmother. So we're going to reach in, take these 2 bands, pull them to the left, reach in, take these 2 bands, pull them to the right. Reach in the center, loop up. Now this is important, we're gonna wanna reach in underneath our dress extension here, grab the top 2, and pull up. Take this off, and we know it's there. So we are going to do the same thing, loop forwards. Okay, so now we can just continue looping upwards. Cut one band. Okay, so now just to like ease the tension, we can take this off. So now we have 2 bands going to the left here. Oops. That happens, just push it back on. And then 2 bands going to the right here. Whoops. And now we're going to start looping our pattern forwards. So, loop up. Just have to find the right band. This one's going to the side. This one's going to the center. This one's going to the side again. And this one is going to this side. Now we're going to reach in the sides. Loop up. So if we are having trouble seeing, we just pull this back, pull these 2 to the side, and your hook will the bands will kind of tug on your hook and kind of show you which direction they want to go in. Whoops. All right. So now we want to go in here, go in here, I just wanted to pull it to make sure that it wouldn't slip off of my hook. And here we go. So now we can carefully take our body off of the loom and place it on our spare hook. Okay, so now we are going to start making the fairy godmother's face. So you are going to need your hair extensions, and I am going to place 2 hair extensions on the hook, place them on loom. So we are just going to place one side here and one side here. Once again, we're going to take 2 of our hair extensions, transfer them onto 2 bands, and place them here. And now finally for our last 2 hair extensions here, we are going to place them here. Okay, so now let's switch to our skin tone bands. So we're going to place 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. And then I am using 2 little pony beads for the eyes. So all I did was slide them through. And then a really cool trick I learned from Marloom's Creations is that you can take this band and pull it here, and that will give the face a better look. And if you don't have beads, you can use rubber bands. And if you would like to do that, you can check out Marloom's Creations because she will show you how to do that. So now I've decided that I like this side better of my dress. So I have my neck band. And I'm going to go like this. And now I'm going to loop. So now we're going to reach our hook in through all of these. And pull through. here is our fairy godmother. You can just give her a little tug. And we are going to pull the hair out so that it goes on this side. We are going to take our slip knot, pull through, pop the eyes through. Alright. And now for this one. This was a little bit tricky for me to get on to here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use C-clips. Okay, you guys, so I placed a C-clip on one end of our final dress extension, and here I have the other end. So what I'm going to do is I am going to flip our extension around, flip our doll around, and I'm going to take the end with the C-clip and place it here. And then, to make it look more neat, I'm just going to place it here. And you can make it higher or lower as you wish. And now for her wand. I used gray bands here, but I'm just going to use black bands for now, just because I don't have the gray bands right now. So what I'm going to do is I am going to how did I do this? I am going to start with our white bands. So I'm going to take a white band, double it around, take another white band, double it around itself, and now I'm going to go down with our black bands 4 times, doubled over themselves. Okay, and now we can take a single black and wrap it around 4 times. And now all we have to do is just simply loop forwards. Take a band, make a slip knot, and pull the wand off. Then you can go in and we can hide this. And then all you would have to do is just slip it through her hand. But right now I'm just going to lay it here. So thank you guys so much for watching my Fairy Godmother tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have made her, please show her to me on Instagram. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.